So I wasn't sure how I was going to make this video, how I was going to open it. I've recorded several openings several times, but I'm just going to say it how I feel, and we'll let it go through. You know, kind of a rant style video. So, just like everybody else, I was watching at home the Nintendo Direct whenever they finally revealed the hero from Dragon Quest. Now, there were a lot of mixed opinions about this online. A lot of people saying this was a cool thing. A lot of people were like, I don't know how to feel about that. What the heck? Blah, blah, blah. I feel betrayed. I feel hurt. I'm wanting to address all of those arguments. I can't. I don't have the time to. I'm wanting to make this a shorter video. I don't want to make this like a 30-minute rant. So I'm just going to offer my opinions as they come. And when I think of any counter arguments, I will argue against them. So first of all, what I want to say is that a complaint before I get to the main complaint, a complaint that I've seen is that, wow, he's just called the hero, even though he has alternate characters, he's still called the hero. That's lame, you know, something like that. So I've saw that argument thrown around that, hey, he's just called the hero. That's kind of lame. They're so lazy about it. But here's the thing about that: people people seem to forget. People seem to forget that the Pokemon trainer, who is the player character from Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, in in Smash Bros. Ultimate, does not have a name. He's called, or she's called, the Pokemon trainer. That's right, he or she. You can switch between two different forms of the Pokemon trainer in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and suddenly that's okay, right? I guess. And I can't believe, sorry about that, sorry about my phone by the way, guys, but I cannot believe that people have that as a valid criticism. Oh, well, he's just called the hero. That kind of sucks, but it really, I understand where the critique's coming from, but it's not really that valid whenever you consider the fact that the Pokemon trainer is already in the game and nobody bat an eye. They were like, oh, Pokemon trainer's back in, yay, Pokemon trainer, yeah, yeah, yeah. What a lot of people don't understand is that these characters are not named in their own series. They don't have really default names. You have to manually put their names in and things like that. And sure, they may have a canon name here and there, but for the most part, these are avatars. Now, the thing that I feel makes this separate from the avatar in Fire Emblem is that Fire Emblem is not Dragon Quest. Fire Emblem is a separate game series. They are not a mute protagonist. In Fire Emblem, the protagonist talks and has its own personality, so it only feels right that you give them the default avatar name. Whereas Pokemon Trainer and Pokemon, your avatar never speaks except to say yes or no. And that is why I feel they named the Pokemon Trainer in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And then whenever they decided to add the hero in from Dragon Quest, they said, you know what, let's just call them the hero, because we don't want to have all these mixed up canon names. Because if they called the hero from Dragon Quest III Erdrick, then they would have to give the other one's name. And I've been, the only Dragon Quest game that I've been playing has been Dragon Quest VIII. So as far as I'm concerned, 8 doesn't have a canon name. He's just you, so you choose your name for him. So that's the reason why they couldn't give these characters each individual names, swapping off the skins or anything. It's because they were meant to be you, a representative of you in the game. Secondly, a lot of people have been saying, another sword fighter, blah, blah, blah. First of all, yeah, they use swords. You know who else uses swords? Robin. You know who else uses swords? Link. There are tons of sword fighters, but they're not just dependent on swords. A lot of people are confusing the hero from Dragon Quest with either Roy, Chrom, Lucina, Marth. I think that's an Ike. I think those are the main Fire Emblem characters that a lot of people are angry about, because they mainly just use swords, and some of them were added as DLC. And yeah, it's and Corrin. Well, Corrin, we're gonna count Corrin out because Corrin's a bit of a unique case. And what's so unique about Corrin, about Link, about the hero from Dragon Quest? That's because they don't rely entirely on swords. When people say, "Oh, another sword fighter," no, it's not another sword fighter. These characters will use magic. They'll use tools at their disposal. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is Link, he can use a bomb, boomerang, things like that. He doesn't rely solely on the sword. And then you have Corrin. He can use a sword, but he also uses his dragon appendages that he can form in and out of. And I did play I did play Fire Emblem Fates, so I know the whole reason behind that is that blah blah blah, dragon stuff. Fire Emblem, always a dragon, but he can form his body parts into a dragon. And then Dragon Quest, like I said, the only Dragon Quest game I've even played is Dragon Quest VIII. And I'm playing that because this Dragon Quest character in Smash Bros. Sold me on the idea that I need to play one of these games. So I bought Dragon Quest VIII on 3DS. I am loving it so far. I think I'm about halfway in the game. I've been playing it ever since the Direct aired, just about, or actually I've been playing it a few days. But back to the point, these characters, from what I've played of Dragon Quest VIII, from what I've seen from the community and everything, these characters are not just typical characters that use a sword. They use tons of different items, tons of different magic. You have fire magic, you have lightning magic, you have space-time manipulation. It's crazy. The level of depth to these characters that are meant to serve as avatars to us, the player, is amazing. Now I just want to get on to the final counter argument because I don't want to be too negative for this whole video, and that is that people are saying Dragon Quest, who cares about Dragon Quest, blah blah blah. Well, I would say that the 78 million total sales of the Dragon Quest series says a lot about Dragon Quest. Just to put that in perspective, you can see that Siri is always listening. Okay. Shut up, Siri. Okay, I hope that worked. So Dragon Quest is at 78 million total sales, right? That's above Monster Hunter, that's above Kingdom Hearts, that's above Dark Souls series, that's above the Tales, that's above Dragon Ball, Mario RPG, which is amazing, honestly. But you also have to take into account, all those games too. But Super Robot Wars, Fire Emblem, one of my favorite game series, my favorite series from Nintendo. Dragon Quest is outselling all of these JRPGs under only Final Fantasy and Pokemon, the two juggernauts of the JRPG genre. That should say a lot about Dragon Quest. Now, I know a lot of the sales are coming from Japan, but that says a lot about the sales from Japan. A lot of people from Japan love this. Apparently, Dragon Quest is like a gigantic thing in Japan. Everybody loves Dragon Quest in Japan, from what I hear online. And no, the numbers don't lie. Maybe where you live, random person on the internet, Dragon Quest isn't liked, but apparently in a lot of other places in the world, it is loved, with 78 million total sales. Once again, that's over Kingdom Hearts, Monster Hunter, Souls, Tales, Dragon Ball, Xeno, Chrono, Drakengard. It just goes on and on. Digimon. Like, the list is here. Dragon Quest is top 3 best-selling JRPGs franchises. So that honestly should say enough. Now, what I want to get onto in the second part of this video is telling you my own experience with the game series. So like I said, I have played this game series not a lot. Probably it would be more right to say barely any at all. That was until I saw the hero from Dragon Quest, like I said, in the Smash Bros. Ultimate trailer. And I said, you know what? A lot of people, I saw all the opinions online, negative, positive, and the positive arguments to me obviously outweighed the bad. The only argument was, what the heck? Outrage, outrage, outrage culture. The good, the positive was like, I like the game because of this. This game has this neat mechanic. This game is drawn by Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, and I enjoy his art style, and these games have a beautiful art style, beautiful atmosphere, blah, blah, blah. The monsters are drawn great. And I said, whoa, I'm seeing a lot of stuff about this game. I'm going to play it and give it a shot. So I bought Dragon Quest VIII for my 3DS. The fuller title is Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King, I think. But I bought that game on my new 2DS XL, and I played it. I've been playing it basically nonstop. It's been the only game I've been playing for the past few days. I'm about halfway through the game. I got the Saber Cat, and I think I'm about to go fight Dulmagus, maybe. But it's a good game. I understand now why everybody loves Dragon Quest. I understand now, well, not everybody, but why so many people do love Dragon Quest. I understand why Dragon Quest in Smash Bros. Ultimate is a big deal. First of all, for this part of the video, I want to talk about why I like the game. So, The thing that kind of I've always been interested in Dragon Quest because I have always known that the creator of Dragon Ball was responsible for the art in Dragon Quest. All the monsters, all the characters, and everything came from the mind of Akira Toriyama, from what I understand. Or he just redrew characters drawn by other people who worked on the game. And that's beautiful to me. Akira Toriyama has an amazing expressive art style that's very nostalgic for me because I grew up on Dragon Ball. So I've always wanted to get into Dragon Quest just for that. Secondly, to add on to what I said about Dragon Ball, the humor in Dragon Quest reminds me so much, and I mean so much, of the original Dragon Ball anime, where it's just a gag Japanese anime humor in a JRPG. I love that. My third point, I guess you could say, reason why I'm getting into Dragon Quest now is I've been playing the game. It's beautiful. The world building is great. I love the characters. I love the atmosphere. I love the designs. I love everything about this game that I've been playing so far. In most JRPGs, I will grind just to get more powerful. In this game, I'm grinding because I'm having fun grinding. I've never been able to say that about a JRPG, but running into all these different monsters and seeing their designs and seeing how wacky they are, how zany they are, how interesting, intricate, cool, exciting, awesome, scary. I'm seeing all these different monster designs. It's great. I'm loving it. And my final reason for playing this Dragon Quest game, simply put, is to piss off the haters. People were giving this game flack left and right, and why? Why were they giving it flack? Because they've never tried it. They have never tried it. If they did, it's okay for them not to like it. But to say that nobody likes it, who cares, blah blah blah, is complete bullschnockle. I'll tell you, it's an amazing game, Dragon Quest VIII, and I have no doubt the rest of the series is an amazing series. So to test myself, and once again, I've only played Dragon Quest VIII. I just wanted, as a fun little Easter egg at the end of the video, you can click off now, it's basically over. I'm going to attempt to name the characters who appear here. Now, keep in mind that I've done little Dragon Quest research. I've played none of the other Dragon Quest games except for like 20 minutes of Dragon Quest VII. So, I'm going to get into this. This, I believe, is the protagonist from Dragon Quest I, the very first Dragon Quest, I think. And this one I know is from Dragon Quest II because I saw his goggles and I was like, hold up. Wait, what? I thought this was fantasy medieval times. But yeah, he's from Dragon Quest II. This guy is from Dragon Quest VI. I think that's 6. He's from Dragon Quest, I want to say 9. Because I remember looking at a photo from Dragon Quest IX, and they were angel characters. So, I know in Dragon